provided by...
Feeling sluggish or weighed down? It could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best. Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil psyllium fiber gels to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. It also helps lower cholesterol and slows sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels, so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil. Support your daily digestive health. And try Metamucil Fiber Thins. A great tasting and easy way to start your day.
All right, that is a glimpse of your dance, the JoJo Jam. Now, you know I thought I was a rock star in my former life, so I need you to teach me the JoJo Jam.
I got you. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Right. First step, you're going to rock it back, kick it back.
Rock
Boom.
it back, kick it back.
Exactly. Kick it back. Then we actually do have a wave. Wave it forward.
Oh, wave it forward.
So then back, wave it forward.
Wave it forward.
You're going to do pump, 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 pump.
Happening now.
In the aftermath of Hurricane Ida, search and rescue efforts are underway in Louisiana as people try to survey the damage that hurricane left behind. How Texas is pledging to help in the recovery. Next.
And I'll be back to take a look at the remnants of Ida and where all that rain with it is heading right now, along with our own showers. I'll see you in a bit.
Local school districts are looking for hundreds of students who haven't shown up to class this school year. Coming up, what schools are doing to find these students. The news at 5 starts right now.
At first at 5, America's longest war is over. The last U.S. troops left Afghanistan just hours ago, hours ahead of President Joe Biden's August 31st deadline.
The U.S. invaded Afghanistan 20 years ago after terrorists attacked our country on September 11th, 2001. That mission now officially over. ABC's Faith Abube in Washington with the very latest.
The last U.S. evacuation plane has now left Afghanistan, marking the official end of America's 20-year war.
Tonight's withdrawal signifies both the end of the military component of the evacuation, but also the end of the nearly 20-year mission that began in Afghanistan shortly after September 11th, 2001.
Right down to the final hours, the Pentagon says U.S. troops were under heavy security threats. Sunday night, U.S. forces using a missile defense system to intercept one of 5 rockets fired at the Kabul airport. 3 other rockets landing off the airfield. The Pentagon says a 5th did in fact hit the airport, but with no effect on the mission or any danger to personnel. Earlier in the day, the U.S. military also intercepting what they say was an imminent ISIS-K threat. U.S. officials telling ABC News it was 2 ISIS terrorists loading possible explosives into a car 5 miles from the airport. Military forces using an unmanned drone to blast the vehicle. When the smoke cleared, an Afghan official says at least 2 adult civilians and 4 children were dead.
Nobody wants to see innocent life taken. We take it very, very seriously.
The U.S. troops' evacuation efforts allowed more than 122,000 people to escape Afghanistan, about 5,500 of them American citizens. But the U.S. State Department says up to 250 more Americans are urgently trying to leave. Thousands more Afghan allies are also stuck. The U.S., U.K., and France are now urging the UN Security Council to pass a resolution calling on the Taliban to ensure safe passage to those who want to leave the country.
Our life are destroyed, our future are destroyed. We have no jobs, no future in here.
And tonight, even with the military mission over, the White House and the Pentagon say the diplomatic effort continues to try to get Afghan allies and American citizens out of that country. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
And here at home, Catholic Charities confirming it has been asked to assist in the resettling of 342 Afghan nationals here in San Antonio. The Refugee and Immigrant Center for Education and Legal Services, or RAICES, says it is expecting over 200 Afghan nationals in the next several weeks. That's on top of the almost 100 they have already resettled. Now to the disaster along the Gulf Coast. Texas is sending help to Louisiana in the aftermath of Hurricane Ida. Governor Greg Abbott has sent a helicopter, 14 crew members, 30 fire engines, and more than 100 firefighters to assist with recovery efforts.
In a statement, the governor said Texas is proud to support Louisiana and will never forget the kindness, generosity, and support offered by the people of Louisiana during Hurricane Harvey in 2017.
And meantime, in Louisiana, rescuers are scrambling to reach areas cut off by Hurricane Ida, and much of the area is still without power.
The powerful Category 4 hurricane was one of the worst in the state's history. ABC's Elizabeth Schultze in hard-hit New Orleans.
Rescue efforts are underway in Louisiana after Hurricane Ida left a trail of devastation. The Coast Guard surveying the damage as first responders struggle to reach some of the hardest hit areas.
We know there's standing water. We're hearing reports of very high water, people trapped in their attics.
At least one person has died in the storm. The number Louisiana's governor warns will go up.
We have thousands of people out right now with high water vehicles and boats who are doing search and rescue.
In Louisiana and Mississippi, more than 1 million customers are still without power. Officials say it could be days or even weeks before the lights come back on.
These normally bustling streets of New Orleans are now eerily quiet. Mostly what we can hear is the sound of backup power generators. This was a historic landmark where Louis Armstrong learned to love to play the trumpet. Now it is bricks, shattered glass, a pile of debris.
Ida rapidly intensified as it made landfall as a powerful Category 4 storm, hitting higher than usual water temperatures, likely linked to climate change.
The levee protection over here normally is about, 7 feet at the max, and that was certainly overtopped.
In a meeting with state and local officials, President Biden pledging the full support of the federal government.
Now, the mayor of New Orleans says the city avoided a worst-case scenario, referring to Hurricane Katrina, which was, of course, 16 years ago. We have been watching the Mississippi River. The water level was rising during the storm all throughout the day. It has now come back down. That is a positive sign as the city recovers from yet another storm. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, New Orleans.
From that storm to our local schools. As schools navigate the new school year and the return to in-person learning, some districts have yet another issue to deal with. Students who have not returned to school yet. As Tiffany Huertas explains, they're now resorting to home visits and calls to try to find out why.
The thing we're offering the most is that reassurance that the schools are safe.
Patricia Baumer, Executive Director of the Office of Access and Enrollment Services for San Antonio ISD, says staff has been working hard trying to track down students who haven't shown up to class.
We have been doing home visits from the elementary to the middle to the academy and high schools, even at the end of the last school year, throughout the summer, and even through now, continuously with the efforts of phone banking and calling.
Baumer says while they don't have an exact number of how many kids have not shown up, they have been able to connect with some families.
We have been able to get students to re-enroll. We've also found that for a lot of students, their circumstances have changed, so they've moved, they've changed school districts.
SAISD says about 70 students have left the district for homeschooling.
For some of them, if the circumstances change, like if the COVID cases decline or when the vaccine becomes available, then they have told us they will be coming back.
And Northeast ISD, roughly 3,000 have not shown up to school. At Southside ISD, 550 students are no-shows. The district says about 60 students have left the district for homeschooling.
We really want to make sure that our students are receiving that educational enrichment that we know is important for their development.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
And now to the fight against COVID-19. A CDC advisory panel has been meeting most of the day today to discuss the latest research on waning immunity against the virus all across the country. This comes as the U.S. sees its highest number of hospitalizations in 7 months. The panel is not expected to vote on recommending booster shots until they are authorized by the FDA. Dr. Anthony Fauci says as vaccination rates level off, many Americans will need booster shots 8 months after being fully vaccinated.
A victim of domestic violence in the courtroom today facing her alleged attacker. Erica Hernandez was there during the sentencing hearing for Dominique Green.
The physical and mental effects.
Rhiannon Hayes still dealing with the injuries she sustained in 2019 after her then husband, Dominic Green, pushed her out of a moving vehicle. Dominic, who pled guilty last week, was sentenced today in the 175th District Court, pleading for probation and also apologizing.
I'm very sorry for the emotional damage I've caused to y'all's family and the physical pain that I've caused to you. I do regret that it happened, and I'm extremely sorry.
Despite his plea, the judge sentencing Dominic to the maximum sentence.
I remember reading this case when I took your plea, and I was just shocked by it, honestly. I am assessing a $1,200 fine plus the court costs I am going to sentence you to the 10 years in TDC on this case.
Rhiannon and her mother then faced Dominic for a victim impact statement. While she didn't say anything, her mother did.
She's alive. You didn't kill her, and nobody else will. And she's an advocate for domestic violence. She's the biggest advocate. She's a volunteer for them now, Dom. And she's going to change lives.
Even though Green was sentenced to the maximum 10 years, he will at least have to serve 5 years before he's up for parole. At the Cadena Reeves Justice Center, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
We now know the name of a man killed in a wrong-way crash yesterday morning on the city's north side. 24-year-old Diego Soto was driving east in the westbound lanes of Loop 410 near Jackson Keller. This was Sunday morning around 2 a.m. That's where police say he crashed into a pickup truck head-on. The driver of the pickup truck was taken to University Hospital in serious condition, and Soto was pronounced dead there at the scene.
A man killed in a fire on the city's south side yesterday identified as 67-year-old Roger Fetty. He died of smoke and soot inhalation. He was found by San Antonio firefighters in a mobile home in the 7,000 block of South Flores Street after it caught fire. Responders put the fire out quickly but found Fetty laying on the floor of that home. He died at the scene. The cause of that fire is still under investigation.
Wide-ranging temperatures out there right now. 96 Del Rio was just over 100. And then they had a little cool breeze and some isolated showers affecting the temperatures out there. West Kerrville 74, but Floresville, meanwhile, 95. So obviously a big range in temperatures. And we picked up some rain around parts of San Antonio, Universal City, 1/4 inch, even New Braunfels, 6/10 of an inch. And you look at the rainfall estimates estimated by Doppler radar. These are the 12-hour estimates. And northern Bexar County, 1604, and some locations north were picking up over 2 inches, especially just north of Leon Springs. Right now, no rainfall activity around town. You head elsewhere, especially into Lavaca County, just a little bit of shower activity. We'll take a closer look at this, the remnants of Ida, and talk about our rain chances the rest of the week coming up.
Thank you, Adam. With more students returning to classrooms this school year, reminders about safe driving in school zones and in the community are very important.
Our Samuel King joins us now. And Samuel, a group of Northeast ISD students now spreading the word about this.
Yeah, Steve and Myra, they're part of the Johnson High School PTSA Safe Driving Club. And they're reminding people about the importance of keeping your eyes on the road. That's especially in school zones. And they've even taken their message to public officials, pushing to get safe driving stickers added to new driver packets. Coming up at 6, more on the club and their advice for other schools considering the same things. One of their billboards right there. Looking at traffic this evening, this is the area at 410 at Marbach. Things are looking a little bit better, but we did have an incident earlier this afternoon here at Loop 410 and still see some residual delays there. Looking at the overall view, again, things looking a little bit better, but that rain definitely had an impact on roads in this area. Had some flooding and ponding there earlier. That is starting to clear up, so that's a good thing. But we're also still seeing some delays here on the west side. This was red just a few minutes ago, so that is automatically getting better just within the past 5 minutes. Sometimes this thing sort of gets rectified quickly, but we're still seeing 9 minutes between Loop 410 and Loop 1604. We'll keep an eye on things throughout the evening, guys. Over to you.
The global chip shortage has made shopping for a new laptop, tablet, or headphones and other tech a little more challenging this year. Coming up, recommendations from Consumer Reports.
If you're like a lot of people, your laptop, tablet, headphones, and more got quite the workout over the past year and a half. If it's time for new, well, you may find that the chip shortage has made shopping a little challenging. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz has your tech tips from the experts.
If your laptop and other tech tools did some heavy lifting last year, it may be time for an upgrade.
Whether it's getting a new laptop or router with the latest Wi-Fi standard, simply put,
New tech helps you get things done faster.
Consumer Reports testers found this 15-inch Lenovo IdeaPad 5 has better battery and performance speeds than a lot of other laptops. But if you or the kids don't need all that,
Chromebook is always a good option. They're great for email, spreadsheets, or doing research online.
CR says this HP Chromebook has impressive processing speeds and a battery that will last through the day.
When you're shopping for tech, if you don't need the latest and greatest, buying a slightly older model is a great way to save cash.
Like this iPad from last year or this Samsung Galaxy S6 from 2019. CR's tests found both are fast and have a quality display. But finding the exact laptop or tablet you want may be more complicated this year because of the global computer chip shortage. So you may have to be flexible or consider certified pre-owned models from a reputable seller. Finally, if your headphones have seen better days, CR recommends this truly wireless pair from Anker Soundcore. And if you need help blocking out distractions, these Monoprice headphones. And to save money, don't forget to ask about student discounts and ask the seller if they will match a competitor's price. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Let's take a look outside with live cam this afternoon. 84 degrees out there. We got some clouds helping out with the temperatures, but more importantly, we got some rain to talk about.
Yeah, and that picture makes it look like we're going to get some more rain.
Yeah, and I don't think we'll really get much, if anything, else in and around San Antonio. But some outlying areas are getting a few showers, so let's get right to it and take a full screen look at the radar and what we have and really what we don't have out there for most of us. I do want to point out a few outflow boundaries that are giving some locations a cooling breeze, including Del Rio. Dropped their temperature about 8 degrees just over the past half hour or so. You get near Shiner, and that's where we have one downpour, a little bit of lightning and thunder, obviously a dark sky there. This is short-lived, but it's crossing over Highway 90, and that's what you get in Shiner, just south into DeWitt County. This is between Hallettsville and Cuero. We also have another downpour. These are fairly short-lived, but they kick out these outflow boundaries. Sometimes those outflow boundaries collide into each other and develop heavy rain. That's what happened over northwestern Bexar County earlier today, especially right along I-10, along in north of 1604. Kerrville toward Mountain Home, we've had some scattered showers here over the past hour, still a little bit just west of Mountain Home around I-10 there between Mountain Home and Junction. That's going to last a little bit longer than some of the other activity because it's a little more organized, a little bit bigger. But what we have here near Highway 90, and especially now just south of Highway 90, a lot of little outflow boundaries. So a nice cool breeze from those dissipated thunderstorms, and those thunderstorms that have weakened and rained themselves out. They still get a nice little puff of a cool breeze that then pushes southward. So that's what we're seeing with one shower just west of Uvalde at the moment. So here's the big picture, and you look across the state, had some spotty scattered showers, central, North Texas as well, and even in West Texas, which is really the only part of the state where we still have the drought. But of course, what really stands out is the big swirl here near Jackson, Mississippi. That is the remnants of Ida. So it was Category 4 Hurricane Ida when it made landfall in southern Louisiana over the weekend. Now it's a big rainmaker, and of course, a flooding and flash flooding threat as this continues to veer to the north and east and move out of our area. As for other disturbances in the tropics, we have Tropical Storm Kate. It's what we refer to as a fish storm because it's just going to stay out over the open ocean over the coming days. And then we have another wave that's coming off of Africa now that's likely to turn into our next tropical cyclone within a couple of days max. There's also this little area of the Caribbean we're keeping an eye on for longer range. We're talking 3 to 6, maybe 7 days where there is the potential of a little bit of development there, but nothing to be concerned about at the moment. You look at our rain chances, and the next several days, we've got some more isolated chances out there. So about 20 to 30% for the rest of the week, and then I think we dry out for the weekend. 95, that was our high temperature today. Then the rain came, but 95, 1 degree above average. At the airport, 0.03 of an inch. That was it. But radar estimates are an inch or more in parts of 1604 on the north side of town, and then up I-10 toward Leon Valley and points northward even up toward the Bexar County line. 84 degrees. That's our current reading. So not bad out there. Dew point 75. So very sticky. And of course, the rainfall adds to that mugginess. You look at Cotulla, that's where it's obviously sunny. 103, Carrizo Springs 99. Meanwhile, Fredericksburg at 77 and Bernie 79. You can see where we've had the rain. Temperatures are a little bit lower. This evening, Just a few stray showers through 8, 9 o'clock, then we'll clear out. Pretty much a calm wind. Temperatures falling down into the 70s overnight tonight. And tomorrow we'll make it up to 96. There's that isolated shower and thunderstorm chance. And elsewhere we'll be well into the 90s for highs. Still, Myra, we're not looking at 100 degrees in the forecast yet.
Oh, let's keep it alive. Thanks, Adam.
All right, Greg. So NFL preseason is done.
It's over.
All right. Now the games that count start.
Yes, they do. And the big question is, are the Dallas Cowboys ready for Tom Brady and the defending Super Bowl champs?
Yes.
You think yes?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying that's what they're going to say.
Agreeing with me on the question?
You know they're going to say, of course we are.
They're not. All right, when we come back, we'll get you ready for the season opener of the NFL for both the Houston Texans and the Dallas Cowboys. And the fact that Dak will play will make a difference. And is the Saints game going to be moved due to the hurricane? Coming up.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Dallas Cowboys finished the preseason by going 0-4, but keep in mind that was without Dak Prescott at quarterback and Ezekiel Elliott at running back. Still, there are a lot of unanswered questions going into the regular season opener against the defending Super Bowl champs on Thursday, September the 9th. With the first-team defense on the sidelines, the Jaguars rookie quarterback Trevor Lawrence was able to score the first 2 touchdowns of his NFL career. His first to Pharaoh Cooper for the 18-yard TD, the second to Laviska Shenault Jr., and the Jags are up 14-0. Cooper Rush did not help his cause of being Dak's backup, going just 4 of 8 for 16 yards, but Garrett Gilbert did, guiding the Cowboys in an 80-yard drive, capped off by this 19-yard touchdown to Aaron Parker. He would finish 9 out of 16 for 87 yards. Rondell Carter and Israel Mukoyamu made a case for themselves to make the 53-man roster as Carter brings down Jags backup C.J. Beathard, who is hit as he throws the ball, and Israel is there for the interception. Cowboys fall, though, 34-14. Now let the cuts begin.
Today was my opportunity to come in second. I thought we did a nice job with the offense, got it moving a little bit there in the second quarter. So, but yeah, just it all comes down to, when your opportunity comes and you just got to be ready for it.
We've lost some opportunities to practice, with Dak. So, now that he's back, it's, our focus really, part of Kellen's focus and Dak's focus really has been this past week. We need to get as much in as we possibly can between now and the Tampa Bay game.
All right, we will tell you who does look ready to start the regular season. That's 7-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're starting their game against the Texans in Houston 3-and-out. Brady guided the Buccaneers on scoring drives of 91 and 93 yards, capped off by touchdown pass to Chris Goodwin and a running back touchdown by Ronald Jones. Brady would lead, connecting on 11 of 14 for 154 yards. The Texans defense will have to carry this team to start the season with no Deshaun Watson in their immediate future. They did manage 2 fumble recoveries and an interception in the 23-16 loss to come away with 10 takeaways the preseason. That's better than they did during the entire regular season last year.
That's something that Lovey has been preaching to us since day one is, go after the ball. Our number one goal on defense is to score. And in order to score, you got to take the ball away. So, we're practicing it, and, we're miles away from where we want to be, but it's a good start.
There is a very good chance the New Orleans Saints season opener against the Green Bay Packers could be moved to the Cowboys' AT&T Stadium in wake of Hurricane Ida. They've started practicing today in Arlington, will remain there for the time being. Owner Gail Benson chartered 2 planes for the players and their families to evacuate the area on Saturday, so it makes sense that the game just be played there. We did contact the Alamo Dome. They said so far they have not been contacted by the Saints, and the only reason we're asking that is because when the Saints had Hurricane Katrina to deal with 16 years ago, they played 3 of their games here and moved their training camp here as well.
San Antonio showed up, too.
Sure did.
Yeah. Thanks, Greg.
We'll be right back.